TBN 24 টেলিভিশন দেখতে আজই কল করুন 7187776556 লগ ইন করুন www.totalcablebd.com।
কাছে দূরে যে যেখানে আছেন সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। দেখছেন TBN Analysis, আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি সুলতানা রহমান। আমরা গত কিছুদিন ধরেই বারবার করে বলছি ট্যাক্স সিজন শুরু হয়েছে, ফলে সবাই ট্যাক্স নিয়ে ব্যস্ত এবং এবছরের ট্যাক্স ফাইলিং কিন্তু এত সহজ নয়, কারণ গত বছর আমেরিকান রেস্কিউ প্ল্যানের কারণে অনেক কিছু বদলে গেছে। আপনারা জানেন যে চাইল্ড ট্যাক্স ক্রেডিট থেকে শুরু করে অনেক কিছুতেই পরিবর্তন এসেছে এবং আনএমপ্লয়মেন্ট এবার ট্যাক্সেবল হবে, এই সব বিষয় তো থাকছেই। এবং এর বাইরে আপনারা জানেন যে হোম ওনার্স অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্স ফান্ড নিউ জার্সিতে শুরু হচ্ছে, এর বাইরে নিউ ইয়র্কে তো চলছেই। এগুলোর সম্পর্কে আপডেট আপনাদের কাছে যেমন জানাবো, তেমনি আজকে আপনাদের সামনে আমি এমন একজন অ্যাকাউন্ট্যান্টকে নিয়ে এসেছি যিনি শুধুমাত্র অ্যাকাউন্ট্যান্টই নন, তিনি একজন CPA, তিনি একজন ব্যাংক ইনভেস্টমেন্ট অ্যাডভাইজার, মর্টগেজ ব্রোকার, রিয়েল এস্টেট ব্রোকার, ট্যাক্সের ধরেন পার্সোনাল ট্যাক্স কিংবা বিজনেস ট্যাক্স সব কিছুতে তিনি খুবই এক্সপার্ট। তিনি আমাদের সঙ্গে আজকে যুক্ত হচ্ছেন, তিনি মাইকেল মোটাজেডি। আপনাকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি মাইকেল মোটাজেডি, ওয়েলকাম টু আওয়ার স্টুডিও। আই হোপ ইউ আর ডুইং গ্রেট অ্যান্ড স্পেশালি ইন দিস ট্যাক্স সিজন আই এম শিওর দ্যাট ইউ আর বিজি অ্যান্ড ইউ মেক টাইম ফর আস। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর কামিং অ্যান্ড মেকিং টাইম ফর আস।
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
দর্শক, আপনারা যারা আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখছেন, আপনারা কিন্তু বাংলায় প্রশ্ন করতে পারবেন, আমি ট্রান্সলেট করে তাকে দেব, তাহলে আপনাদের কোনো অসুবিধা হবে না। উত্তরটি আমি ওর যেটি উত্তর থাকবে সেটিও কিন্তু আপনাদেরকে আমি বাংলায় ট্রান্সলেট করে দিতে পারবো। এবং আমরা জানি যে এই অনুষ্ঠানটি আপনাদের অত্যন্ত পছন্দের এবং জনপ্রিয় অনুষ্ঠান, সেই কারণে আমরা সবসময় TBN 24 আমরা চেষ্টা করি যাতে করে আপনাদের চাহিদা, আপনাদের প্রয়োজন অনুযায়ী সব বিষয়গুলি যেন উপস্থাপন করতে পারি, আমরা তথ্য দিয়ে আপনাদেরকে সহায়তা করতে পারি। সে কারণে আমরা বিভিন্ন সময় বিভিন্ন অতিথিদেরকে নিয়ে আসি। আজকের যে CPA মাইকেল মোটাজেডি, তার দীর্ঘদিনের ক্যারিয়ার রয়েছে CPA হিসেবে, অ্যাকাউন্ট্যান্ট হিসেবে। সো মাইকেল, ফার্স্ট আই ওয়ান্ট টু নো what the feedback you are getting in this tax season when you are filing taxes.
So what we've been finding in my office filing taxes, it seems to be that not everyone has the child reconciliation letter that you've received from the IRS. Some people have not been able to provide the other letter for the third stimulus, which is the $1,400 per person.
Right, so you are facing two crises. Those who didn't get the child tax reconciliation or reconsideration, so what they can do?
There's been the two options really that exist are we can log into the IRS and pull that off the IRS portal. That's still a problem because not everyone can access that because you do need a credit card. You do need certain stuff to validate your identity. The other option, which we've been using, is looking through their checking account and trying to reconcile that way.
Right. We know that IRS is slow because they had to work hard with the limited manpower and resources. Last year, they couldn't complete their work yet, and it is suspected that this year tax refund can be delayed. What do you know about this?
Every time we've been filing since the 24th, we've actually gotten alerts that there will be delays. I suggest everyone files as fast as they can. The IRS is still dealing with 19 amended returns, 20 amended returns. So there's a huge backlog. I think last time I read, it was like almost 3 million returns have not been processed from 19 and 20. So my suggestion is file early.
With the proper documents.
Correct.
And electric, right?
That's correct.
And now, those who didn't get their stimulus check last year, what they can do this year? How long they need to wait for that?
Well, are you talking about the first two stimulus checks was done on the 2020 return. So if you didn't either receive it, you might want to look at your 2020 return. It may have been a credit given to you, part of your refund, or it may have offset any tax liability you might have had. The one for 2021 is just strictly only for the third one, which was $1,400.
Okay, and as I told that the now tax season is going on, so what is the best suggestion from you to deduct tax?
Aside from getting your paperwork in order, it's actually, if you're self-employed, you need to make sure you take the proper deductions. The reason being is it affects the earned income credit. It's all on a threshold. What I mean is either too high and that will be reduced, or you're not making enough money and you won't get it either. So it's a sliding scale. So that's really one of the striking points right now. And then also, if you have a child born 2021, please remember to bring their Social Security card and all the documents so you can actually reap that benefit.
Right, that's a good advice. Thank you. Arif Hossain, he made a comment that we South Asian only invest in real estate. You are a real estate broker. We need some programs in TBN that can give valuable information where we can invest. As we know that nowadays house price is going up and up, but it is assumed that price can be is it?
If it's going
down.
Go down.
Yeah.
Sure. So it all depends on if there's going to be more supply in the market. If there's more supply, then that'll be downward pressure, which will reduce the prices. And the 10-year Treasury, which is what the 30-year mortgage follows, it has been spiking, which I mean by raising quite a lot in the last week. 10-year Treasury went to about I think closed at 1.8 today. So that will increase interest rates. I would tell you in the last 2 weeks, they've gone up probably over half a point. So that would also put pressure to reduce the housing price because people can buy less. But again, it's all on supply. If the supply stays the same, the housing market's probably going to stay flat.
But how supply can be increased? Because, new houses are not building, so those are available right now. It cannot be increased further, is it?
That's true. I mean, right now we are not in what they call housing season, and that usually happens, say spring. And but right now it's just there's really nothing on the market, and that's really why it keeps rising and rising and rising. Also there's a lot of free money that went around, so that's also what's also pushing it.
Right. So what will be your best suggestion, those who want to buy house? So what will be your advice? To wait for spring or summer?
I would tell you, based on what I'm seeing with the interest rates, if you need to buy a house, you want to buy a house, time is probably right now, because as the interest rates keep going up, if the supply doesn't change, you're just going to have a bigger mortgage payment. So, time is probably now.
Now?
Now.
But many people I know waiting for price will go lower. Then they are waiting for that, So there is no hope for them.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are waiting for over a year, thinking that as well. And so right now we've been seeing that it just keeps going up right now because there's just nothing on the market.
Yeah, I understand. Milan Sardar, he made a comment here that he thinks you are the best CPA in New York.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to go to telephone. There are many viewers waiting for. So, দর্শক টেলিফোনে কে আছেন নাম পরিচয় বলে প্রশ্ন করুন।
হ্যাঁ, সালামু সুলতানা আপা। হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা আমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল ওনাকে, আমি একটু প্রশ্নটা করে নিই। হ্যালো, হাই, গুড ইভিনিং. Sir, I have a question. Okay, my mother, she is a senior citizen. She lives with me. She receives Social Security. And basically, I have two questions. So one question is, I take care of her. So that income I have to show on my tax return, right? This is one question. And another question is, she received Social Security. So, and of course, that for that she has to show that she is paying rent. So that income, how she is going to, apply for the tax, how she's going to file her tax return. Is she going to file her tax return individually for herself, or I can show her with my income? But if I show her in my income, then my income is going to increase because her Social Security is going to add, and I have to pay extra tax because she is not paying any tax from the Social Security. So this is two questions,
Yeah, we understand. Thank you so much for your question.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael.
Thank you.
Sure. So we're talking about the healthcare deduction. So if she's living in the same household as you, you will be putting it on your taxes, but at the same time, we will be taking it off the taxes. But we still have to show it. You still have to put it on. Regarding your other question, she still has to file her own return, but you can, on the 1040, which is your personal tax return, you can check that this dependent is also, on a regular return, that she's a dependent on another tax return. So you both can get the benefit.
So both can be benefit, but the viewer, she thinks she can be sufferer, or as her income will go up, so there will be problem for her.
No. So the parent would be putting on her own personal tax return, and you'll be telling the CPA or tax preparer that they'll be a dependent on your return as well. My suggestion is you do both returns simultaneously, so everyone knows the information going on, but it won't be affecting your return.
Yeah. I hope you got your answer. Thank you so much for replying her question. There are lots of home care workers in our community, and what will be your best advice for this year tax filing?
So when you go to file your taxes, if you're taking care of your parent, make sure you tell the person preparing your taxes that they live in the same household, so you can get the deduction.
Yeah. Sometimes some CPA they advise that if you deduct all your home care money, then it will be good if you have other income. Otherwise, it will not be good.
That's correct. That goes back to the earned income credit. If you there's no income, there's no earned income. So you have to be aware of that, and the person that's filing taxes should be playing both scenarios, looking at both. If I put it on, I put it off, to make sure that you get the highest return that you deserve.
Right. Thank you so much. We have another viewer. দর্শক টেলিফোনে কে আছেন? নাম পরিচয় বলে প্রশ্ন করুন।
Hi, my name is Ahmed. I work as a health home care provider, and I live in New York. The person I take care of is living in my same residence. I know that I can exclude this income from my gross income, but my question is, can I exclude this income from my state return also? Because I know that the IRS notice 20147 is only maybe it's only for the federal, or it is also excludable from my new state income. So in one line, my question is whether I'm going to exclude this income from both return, federal and state, or I'm only excluding it from my gross income. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Michael.
Sure. So on the federal, yes. On the state, right now the guidance is no.
Why no?
Because New York State has not followed the IRS.
Yeah, and home care earning, it's coming from federal, right?
The earned income credit does come from federal.
Yeah, so they need to exclude it from federal earning, right?
Right, but again, go back to the prior question, make sure you have other income to get your earned income credit.
I hope you get your answer. আব্দুল মৃধা একটা প্রশ্ন করেছেন, Michael, he knows Bengali too, and there are some Bengali people who works at his office. Michael, can you tell us, our audience, that how you gonna, we are more comfortable in Bengali, and our whole community more comfortable in Bengali. So if someone wants to visit you in your office, then what kind of language support they can get?
So my staff, which I have an amazing staff, they all are from the Bengali community. They all speak Bengali. They speak Hindi as well. So most of my clients are from Bangladesh. So the language barrier really doesn't exist. And one of my colleagues, who's my assistant, always sits with me if there's any issues. So we kind of mitigate that.
সুতরাং আপনারা যদি মাইকেলকে ভিজিট করতে চান তাহলে আপনারা কিন্তু হিল সাইডে তার অফিস রয়েছে এবং বাংলায় কিন্তু কথা বলার সুযোগ রয়েছে, সুতরাং আপনারা সেই সুবিধাটিও নিতে পারবেন তার কাছে। আব্দুল মৃধা তিনি একটি প্রশ্ন করেছেন। আব্দুল মৃধা asked you a question. I'm sure you are not going to reply this. How much you charge for tax filing?
I'm more than happy to answer that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm more than happy.
Go ahead.
Okay. So if you're just a W-2, we charge $100. If you're self-employed, we charge $125.
Yeah. Oh, yes, good. Reasonable, right? Aryan Fawaz একটি প্রশ্ন করেছেন যে if we can do partial home care exclusion, yeah, if someone wants to exclude partially from home care, then what is the problem or what is the benefit?
Well, it's probably the benefit is because of getting that earned income credit. In our office, we haven't had to do that yet. Everyone always had some other income to qualify. So, but yeah, it's on the schedule. At least Schedule 1, we're able to do a lot of different things to maximize your refund.
Yeah. Can you update us about the homeowners assistance fund?
Sure. So that's based on, you can write off a couple of different things. You have to either be behind on, you get forbearance, you have unpaid balance, water bills, not electricity bills, not gas bills. I get that question a lot. And then also property taxes. So you can use that to qualify. It's also based on where you are in your income. So you can either qualify using recent W-2s, your last 2020 tax return. It matters how many people in your household. So it's a pretty good program, and we've been very successful in my office doing that.
But the whole program is a little bit slow.
It's a little slow. We've been seeing really good responses on that program, about maybe a week, 2 weeks in. That's a time frame.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. But I heard many complain that they applied 2-3 months back, but many didn't get yet.
The program opened January 3rd.
Oh, maybe I'm talking about rental assistance.
Oh, rental assistance.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That program has been incredibly slow.
Yeah.
Incredibly slow.
Why it is?
Because the people that are the state, they are not actually putting out the money as fast as we all would like. And a lot of people are very nervous because they owe multiple months, and with the evictions, but you are protected. So you're protected, even though if you think that the landlord's going to evict me, as long as they have not made a decision, they've sent an email out. Please save that email. It's very important, and that shows that you cannot be evicted while the ERAP is making that decision. But again, my office has high success rate with that. People who did in June, July, August, they've already got the reward letters, so it's been really good. So it's moving. It's moving. It's moving.
Nowadays, we are getting some complaint from the tenants that they are, it was a mutual understanding with the landlord and the tenant to get the rental assistance, right? So now some tenants are complaining that landowners, they are asking tax money from them. What to do for the tenant?
That's not a question I could really answer. It's probably for an attorney. There are many resources you can reach out to. That's the way I would go about that.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you so much for your answers. There are viewers on telephone. দর্শক টেলিফোনে কে রয়েছেন নাম পরিচয় বলে প্রশ্ন করুন।
Hello.
জি।
Hey, Apu, I just want to talk to Michael Motazedi for a second now.
Yeah.
My name is Shorder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I just talking in a different way actually. The thing is that I do know this person very well. He's one of the best CPA ever I've seen in New York, first of all.
Thank you.
But I just let them know the community, all of our CPA, lawyer, and whatever it is, they take we are the community people in Bangladesh. They are very, they're so kind actually. So I'm going for the case on any other lawyer. I did like SBA, couple loan, others. He's a CPA. He charged me $50 to $60. The other CPA I'm going or I'm talking to them, they charge me same case like $200 to $300. So I just let Michael know, just talking to them, a lot of CPA come in this channel always. They're talking, they're talking somewhere like, we are doing this, we are doing this for people. But when you're going to their office, they start like, I'm going for this reason today. Tomorrow I'm going all the same.
What is your question? What is your question?
No, my question is, just let them other Bengali lawyer or CPA know, just whenever you charge for the people, like for that case or loan case or like PPA case, then like charge them little low. Because he taking that money like $50. The Bengali lawyer, they're taking $300 to $400. So that's
it's your choice. So to whom you want to visit, everything is on a website. He can do it free. Someone can do it free. It's his business, his choice. Michael, do you want to make any point here?
No, I'm sure we've been very successful with you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mamun Al, he has a question that 1099G worker fund, how they can file it?
You mean for the for unemployment?
Unemployment, yeah.
So for your taxes, I'm assuming. So you have to go to the Labor Department website. Mm-hmm. I believe you got to click where it says View My Payment History, and underneath, all the way down, you'll see 2021 1099G, and you can download it. And then when you file your taxes, you bring it with you.
Yeah, and don't forget this year unemployment is taxable, right?
Fully.
Yeah. MD Masum, he wants to know your office address.
I can give it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you want.
It's 16717 Hillside in Jamaica.
Yeah, and Abdul Mrida, he wants your phone number.
It's 347-460-1044.
Thank you so much. You're giving away everything, yeah? Thank you.
No problem.
There are some viewers on telephone. দর্শক টেলিফোনে কে রয়েছেন নাম পরিচয় বলে প্রশ্ন করুন। Okay, I will have to go for a break. দর্শক একটা বিরতিতে যাচ্ছি, ফিরছে একটু পরেই, সঙ্গেই থাকুন।
TBN 24 টেলিভিশন দেখতে আজই কল করুন 7187776556 লগ ইন করুন www.totalcablebd.com।
স্বাগত আরও একবার, দেখছেন টিবিএন অ্যানালাইসিস, এবং আজকে আমার সঙ্গে অতিথি রয়েছেন এমন একজন, তিনি শুধুমাত্র সিপিএই নন, তিনি মর্টগেজ ব্রোকার, রিয়েল এস্টেট ব্রোকার, বিজনেস পার্সোনাল কর্পোরেশনের ট্যাক্স ফাইল করেন তিনি, তার আরও অনেক, তিনি বলা যেতে পারে আজকে আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট্যান্ট, এবং তিনি হচ্ছেন মাইকেল মোটাজেডি। ওয়েলকাম এগেইন, ওয়ান্স এগেইন। Yeah, I want to know that in our community, people, they have money, but they don't know, sometimes they don't know that how they can invest it. There are, if they put in bank, they don't get any interest. So what is the best way to invest money?
Sure. So if you have money in the bank, and obviously you don't get paid a lot of interest from banks these days because interest rates are so low. So my suggestion is, without having to know about the stock market, know all the ins and outs, my suggestion is you put it either in an index, and some type of index fund. Something that follows either the S&P 500, which is basically the 500 largest companies in America. If you believe in the American economy, then it's like buying every single company in America on the stock exchange. On average, in the last, I think, 50 years, it's doing like about 8 to 9%. Now, that's not every year. There are ups and downs. As you guys saw this year, the market took off, but now you're seeing it's not doing that great. Right now, in this recently, there's not a lot of money going in the market. It's one of the slowest times we've ever seen. But right now, there's still a ton of money, trillions of dollars in the market right now. And, if you believe in America, that's the way I would address that situation.
Yeah, actually, I don't understand money flow, so I don't know. But could you please explain that what kind of investment it could be? Is it stock? Is it cryptocurrency, or what exactly? Can you make it a little bit easier so that people like me can understand?
Sure. So what I was talking about is stocks. So an index fund is basically something with very low cost because there's no stock picking, not this stock's great, this stock's bad. It's just buying one of every stock. It's a weighted average, but that's strictly just stocks. I'm not going to go into crypto. It's not doing that great right now. But if you don't have the know-how, still that's probably my best suggestion. The only other options are you could buy bonds. Bonds pays a coupon. So that's another option. But again, that takes a little bit technical know-how, which bonds to buy. So my easy suggestion is just put it in an index fund and then not have to worry about it. You don't have to watch it. You should be just fine.
Okay, but now bonds, how secured they are?
Well, it depends. It depends on what class bonds you're buying. That's what I'm saying to you, that the bond, you have to know a little bit about what you're doing. The other option is if you're looking for cash flow or yield in that sense, where you're getting, money, then there's also dividend stocks you can invest into as well.
Yeah, sometimes people has cash money, right? And they are not in bank. So how they can invest it, the cash?
That's a tricky situation. But you're gonna have to when you go to the bank and when you start putting money in, once you go over $10,000, even if you do little bits, 6, 8, eventually the bank's gonna ask. So you're gonna have to be ready to say where you received that money.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy.
And if they visit you, you can give them more advice, huh?
Absolutely.
But not on a screen, huh? Aryan Fawaz made a comment that what kind of proofs we still need to claim 16,000 childcare expense. I don't know 16,000 childcare. Can we issue a 1099 under the person's social security who worked as a nanny?
Yes, that's actually how remember that person also has to put it on their taxes, and that's where the situation gets a little tricky. So yes, you can have them write a letter. It all depends how you're deducting it. You have normal companies have it where you put dependent care, and that's where you can put a letter from whoever it is. But again, they're going to ask for their social. So if you want to make a 1099, you could do that as well. If it's not through dependent care and you're just trying to get that expense using your taxes.
Yeah. And Noor Nigar Rahman has a question that is, she or he, I don't know, she already have unemployment 1099G. How she can file tax and what will be the maximum tax refund?
It all depends what you withheld. Again, how much unemployment you got, how many qualifying dependents you have. There's a lot that goes into it. I can't give you an easy answer on that.
Yeah, it's lots of calculation. And what about excluded workers fund? We know that that is taxable. So what is the best advice? And many excluded workers, they didn't get the whole amount, 15,600. They didn't get the whole amount. And we heard that some money IRS has withheld for tax. Is it?
Yeah, you have to wait for what form you get in the mail. That's really how you tell what you need to put on your taxes.
Okay, if someone gets a excluded workers fund, now what he needs to do?
Depends what he's received in the mail. Depends how much, and then we would add it to your taxes.
Yeah, everything is explained in the mail.
Yeah, they definitely should have received something.
So they need to check the mail regularly, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And those who wants to buy house, what is your best advice for this year?
My best advice is to, again, file early. There are multiple different programs. You don't always need to use your taxes to get a home loan. They also have what they call a bank statement qualifier program. So if you're self-employed, it's not everyone writes off a lot in taxes, right? So it's not really a realistic representation of who you are. So the bank statement qualifier programs that certain lenders have, that will allow you to qualify for the loan. So a lot of them either ask for 12 months, 24 months. Unfortunately, there's a lot of paperwork. You need to have a CPA letter to write off what your expense ratio is. Expense ratio means, say you make $100, how much of it is expenses? And but yeah, that's probably the two best things. Again, if you're on W-2, banks love you. So there's really not much you need to do except having 2 years W-2s, unless you just recently graduated college. In that case, you don't need 2 years. You can literally get a job next day, and you can qualify. But there's a lot of different programs out there right now.
Oh, sorry, I missed something. Those who are recently college graduate, they don't need W-2?
If they went for a degree and received a degree, and that's the job they got, that 2-year rule does not apply.
Okay, I get it. So those who wants to buy house this year, they need to be very careful and cautious to filing tax this year, right?
Absolutely. Before you go and file your taxes, I would meet with your CPA, your tax preparer, and see what you need to qualify, and allow them to make the appropriate adjustments.
Right. There are viewer on telephone. দর্শক টেলিফোনে কে রয়েছেন? নাম পরিচয় বলে প্রশ্ন করুন।
Hi. My name is Manan, and I have a question on workers' fund. I received a tax 1099G, but they reported in line 6 that amount I received, but I took it to my CPR. He doesn't know how to find that.
It was a 1099G?
Yeah.
1099G, yes.
Yes. So there's actually a form within the taxes that you will be putting it on. It's not a 1099G unemployment. There's 2 types of 1099Gs. But yes, there's a spot for it, and you do need to put on your taxes. It's very important.
I hope আশা করছি আপনি আপনার প্রশ্নের উত্তর পেয়েছেন। টেলিফোনে দর্শক কে রয়েছেন? Yeah, Muhammad Nobi, he has a question. He had package, they took 85, okay, he had a servant, they took 48% tax, and I think they made a mistake, almost half. Can you please let me know? I don't know what you meant. Do you have any idea what he meant? Michael?
Can you repeat it?
He wrote that I had severance package, and they took and they took 48% tax.
Yes,
you got it, I guess.
I do understand. So with that, it's almost like you're getting taxed at every single week.
Okay.
So they took way too much taxes. You will get it back on your tax return.
Yeah.
Yes, that easily can be reconciled.
But they had a mistake. He wrote that I think they made a mistake, almost half.
I would first look at the money that went into your bank statement, and then we could always work our way backwards and see if there was a mistake or they just withheld too much money, whatever it may be. We can figure it out.
Okay, Shondha Tara, she had a question that if someone gets unemployment, can he sponsor in immigration process?
That's a question for immigration attorney.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm almost done. If Michael, if you want to say something for our audience, it will be really great.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I hope everyone comes by. You know, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. My staff is, as I told you, amazing. We look forward to serving the community. Yeah, I'm just here to help.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Michael Motazedi, for joining with us. We really appreciate you and take care.
Thank you so much.
টেক কেয়ার। দর্শক, এই ছিল আমাদের আজকের আয়োজনে, এবং যে যেখানে আছেন সবাই ভালো থাকুন সেই প্রত্যাশা রেখে বিদায় নিচ্ছি। শুভরাত্রি।
TBN 24 টেলিভিশন দেখতে আজই কল করুন 7187776556। লগ ইন করুন www.totalcablebd.com।